knowing that you know nothing is the only path to true wisdom. The life without thought is not worth living. I am unable to instruct anyone. All I can do is get them to think. There is just one evil, ignorance, and one virtue, knowledge. Be kind because everyone you encounter is involved in a hard struggle. Strong brains talk about ideas, mediocre minds talk about events, and weak minds talk about people. The first step toward wisdom is wonder. Identify yourself by using your own judgment. The purpose of education is to ignite a flame rather than to fill a container. If someone isn't happy with what they have, they won't be happy with what they want. Be careful about making friends, but if you do, stick with them strongly and consistently. Sometimes you build barriers not to keep people out, but to see who will care enough to tear them down. You see, learning to enjoy less is the key to happiness, not finding more of what you already have. Whoever wants to change the world should start by changing themselves. Luxury is created poverty, but contentment comes from inherent richness. Among all human blessings, death might be the greatest. The only thing that is good is knowledge, and the only thing that is bad is ignorance. Avoid doing to others what you would not tolerate happening to you. I am a global citizen, not an Athenian or a Greek. Every activity comes with benefits and costs. Wealth is temporary, but knowledge is lasting. Thus choose knowledge above wealth. Only by striving to improve ourselves can we live better. A child's fear of the dark is easy to overlook. Men's fear of the light, however, is the true tragedy of life. A hectic life can leave you feeling empty. Only to understand the question is the half solution of a problem. There are only two tragedies in life. One involves not achieving your goals, while the other involves doing so. The greatest romance ends in the coldest way. Having envy is like having a soul ulcer. I am aware of my intelligence because I am aware of my ignorance. Being who we appear to be is the most honorable way to live in this world. The most deadly hatred frequently arises from the most intense desires. Don't hesitate to extend courtesy to everybody you encounter. Everyone is engaged in some sort of conflict. Woman is superior to man once she is treated as an equal. Saddle the worst horse if you want to be a skilled saddler, because if you can tame one, you can tame them all. The definition of terminology is where wisdom begins. God, I beg thee, grant me inner beauty. No matter how a man has abused you, you should never treat him unfairly in return. Instead of oppressing others, improving yourself is the most straightforward and honorable course of action. Because contentment is nature's wealth, the person who is happiest with the least is the richest. There is a lawless wild beast nature that lives within each and every one of us, even in fine men. The hardest to love ones are the ones who most need it. Madness is a gift from God and is the greatest blessing given to mankind. Consider those who gently point out your mistakes rather than the devoted who praise all of your words and deeds. It is difficult to achieve the highest levels of thought without first developing compassion. Everything comes from the mind. You become what you think. We must change ourselves in order to change the world. He is richest who is content with the least, for contentment is the wealth of nature.